All right, so my poem is called Behind the Mask, and it goes, ever since the start of the pandemic, everything has felt so surreal. Being away from everyone at the beginning was manageable, but as days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and eventually a full year, I could not have believed the impact that seeing people's faces had on me. Behind the mask lies so much emotion, which is lost to everyday people. Shining smiles have suddenly disappeared like phantoms, so much as a smile has the ability to make someone's day a little better. Behind the mask, there is a suppressed voice, like the voice of a shy kid who has always had trouble speaking up and has now to overcome this obstacle. Behind the mask, there's a familiar face who has suddenly become unknown to us. It is as if many of us have become strangers. If there is one thing that has impacted me the most, is not being able to see people behind the mask.
How is everyone? If you're doing okay, just kind of do this in front of the camera. All right. I see a few hands didn't go up. We feel like it's important that you have some exercises that you can utilize to keep the body strong and sharp for all these crazy things that are going on in the world right now. So, Irma, what do you think? You want to go ahead and give us a setup for what we're about to partake?
Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. My name is Irma Lemus. I'm a college mentor currently attending KCKCC. I am majoring in political science, but I'm still not sure what I hope to do in my life. Before we start our days in Wednesday Media, we will be incorporating a couple of breathing and yoga exercises before we get started with the session. I wanted to incorporate this because it has personally helped both my mental and physical health throughout this pandemic. My hope is that you guys take this upon yourself and do it when you can, because yoga does not solely focus on just the physical aspect, but also the mental and spiritual side of yourself. We will start with what is called hissing breath. This breathing exercise helps you relax and ease your mind. So when we are doing these exercises, clear your mind and think about something that brings you peace.
This year, we're going to do something a little different. And I think you probably already know what it is, but I'm going to explain it to you a little more as we go along today. Before we tackle the explanation for how we're going to design this year's Wednesday media program,
a little painful at times. And like, what is it, when you're doing online learning, you'll run into technical issues, you'll run into issues with somebody's internet, with their video, with their audio. And all we ask is that you be patient with us, and that you be patient with your peers, with your teachers in the school district, and know that we'll all get through this kind of difficult time. But at the end of the day, we want to empower you to have these digital skills, because it's coming. It's the future.
My poem is called We Made It Through the Virtual World of Zoom. Okay, 2020 has been a year of ups and downs, a year that gave us nothing but sadness and frowns. COVID-19 just had to appear, causing nothing but sadness and fear. It affected kids in such a negative way, causing kids to go alone and astray. We only had to communicate using our phone. We had tons of trouble with Zoom and logging on. We had to give up our normal school. We went virtual and it felt like one long duel. Struggling to get the help we needed, but the virtual year is almost over and I feel like I succeeded. If I had to contact my teacher or instructor, I sent them an email or a letter, but I can happily say that Zoom has gotten better. At times it was hard to concentrate during our course because we had different interruptions from an unknown source. We had to do media via Zoom. Instead of in person, we had to meet from our room. It was a lot of deja vu with all the things that we went through. Instead of doing things together as one big team, we had to do some things on our own, which was a little extreme. We checked in on one another, always caring and looking out for each other. Even though we were virtual, I still had fun. And even though it got hard, I never gave up or said, I'm done. We made it through, is what I'm happy to say. And although I didn't like Zoom, at least I knew we were safe that way. At times, Zoom got boring, but what could I do? I wish it got better, but that's just my point of view. During COVID, it was not all gloom, but I'm happy to say we made it through this virtual world of Zoom.
Whose responsibility is it to learn? You have to ask yourself that question, because the way that politically they're setting things up out there, they don't care if you fall behind. And so you then have, because of these circumstances, you now have more responsibility for your own destiny. And so part of this process that we're going to be working on in Wednesday Media this year is developing something that's going to make it a little easier for young people to learn in the classroom. Wednesday Media, as we try and work towards developing a virtual curriculum, a virtual classroom.
Okay, so I wrote an acrostic poem. I think that's what it's called, where it go down. And for Q, I have quiet and lonely, because it was often quiet and lonely during quarantine. You couldn't talk, you couldn't really see people unless it was like on a phone. And for you, I say you often get bored. You just sit in the house all day, nothing to do. For A, I put, it was a little light to the situation, which was WMP. And then for R, I said it really helped with depression and anxiety. I feel like I had somebody that was there, because y'all used to ask us like how we feeling, what weighs heavy. We used to do the little yoga stuff. And I feel like that helped a lot, especially during quarantine. And then for A, I said y'all was always checking on us and working with us. For N, I said, and it was kind of hard with work, because I was working during quarantine, and school was hard because it was online, and like sometimes our teachers wouldn't talk to us, and other activities because I was doing tracks and stuff, but they made us do that online for the first week and stuff. And then for T, I said talking on the phone also helped. For I said I often went outside just to walk around, just to get a breather. And for N, it was very new to me, so I said it was new to me. And for E, I said everybody just had to stay in the house. So yes, that's my poem.
About current events and the things that are going on that weigh heavy on your heart and on your mind. And we want to have a conversation around that topic today. We want to have some conversations around what weighs heavy, most heaviest on your heart.
I see Annabelle raise her hand.
Okay, and I saw Mauricio raise his hand too. So let's go with Annabelle and let's go with Mauricio. So Annabelle, what weighs heavy?
Can you guys hear me first? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we see you good. I like your backdrop too.
Thank you. So what weighs heavy on me is my mental health during this virtual time.
And Annabelle, could you come in just a little tighter to the mic? I heard you, but I'm straining to hear you. And so, do you feel comfortable going a little deeper into that conversation?
Yeah. So during the pandemic, we had to quarantine and stay inside, and not having that interaction with anybody else other than my family was kind of hard, because it made me feel like hopeless for the world, and it was really hard. And then with the virtual school, it's hard to stay focused and motivated.
Forward. Mauricio, what do you have?
Mine is a little bit broad, but what I'm kind of like scared of is the future, and like digging deeper into that is just like most aspects of the future on how we will be going to school, and like with the elections coming up or happening right now, like just the future of our country, the world, and just personal, and like how it'll affect like my dreams and aspirations on what I want to do in the future and how I'll have to adapt to that.
Okay, anybody else? What weighs heavy? Thank you, Mauricio. There's a hand right there. Deborah?
I'll say education also. Well, just not education, but also like the working environment. Like just a lot of things has been going down, shut down, or bankrupt, or just students not wanting to be motivated. Also, and because I honestly sometimes don't feel like motivated to do my work, and sometimes it's just like a very big struggle to push yourself, mostly during this time. Like you're at home, so you just don't do anything, or people who's working doesn't have job and who's employed, it's that's not it's unemployed, and I just feel like just everything that's going on mostly it's just very very hard. Like I need to find a job, but at the same time it's just very hard at this time too.
So for the title of my poem, it's called Give Me, and it says, 2020, please give me what I want or something better. If not, 2020, please fetch me some love. I am the source. I am the source. 2020, you are pregnant with hope. Fearful to see you unfold, waiting to see you grow. Surprises in store for me and everyone around. 2020, you are nothing. Life carries on and I keep dancing. 2020, please God, give me a world of hope and love. 2020 may have brought us to tears, but believe that 2021 will be our year. So see you soon, 2021.
First place, a second place, and a
They're gonna
third
think
place.
it's one of the things.
So next time around,
Tell me
you'll
if
have
it's
a
on there
first,
straight.
second, and third place. First place will be $50. Say it with me, 50.
No, I'm just playing. My name is Enwa Cacho. I'm a sophomore at Sumner Academy, and this is my introduction. My hobbies include learning how to skateboard, playing volleyball competitively, and using my art to express myself in a creative way. My long-term goals are going to KCKCC for college.
Alright, class, and the last one to present their All About Me piece is Noah. Noah, why don't you go ahead and present your All About Me piece? Sure, I can present my project. Hey everyone, my name is Noah Domojo Vang. Nice to meet everyone. Yo, what it is, cuz? Hey, what's up, Noah? Nice to meet you, bro. This is my first year.
Myra, and I'm a sophomore at Washington High School. Some of my hobbies include photography and art, specifically painting and drawing. Some of the things that you might have heard or seen that I contributed to were the BLM street murals, as well as the one in downtown Missouri called Tranquility. I helped paint and contributed to both of those projects along with some amazing people that work within WMP. Some long-term goals that I have for myself would be to continue to do what I love, which is art.
Put your thoughts on the board.
Of you, oh, how many times do I have to tell you? Even when you're crying, you're beautiful too. The world is big of you. Oh, give me all of you. Cards on the
Okay, so appreciate all of you taking the time to write how all of you are feeling today. Let's go ahead and just look over it and then have a conversation about what was posted. Go ahead and share my screen. And so this is what all of you posted. Let's see what we got. Some of you are feeling motivated and excited. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Some of you are feeling anxious and stressed. I can definitely relate to that feeling. I feel like, what is it, as the year wraps up, what is it? It's definitely been a stressful time for me as well. So I appreciate all of you sharing that.
Okay. I see a lot of concerned about my grades. So I mean I'm there right now, I'm in college and these these finals aren't going well, but I just want you guys to know that grades isn't everything. Just do the best you can and
How about you, Jarvis? You got one?
Yeah. One that stood out to me was Lost and Unsure. I relate a lot to that one right now. Speaking for myself in this case, I definitely feel a sense of kind of identity crisis in the sense of like I'm looking to.
Okay. Okay. I haven't have a title for it, but here goes. So homework. The worst part about it is being online. I hate it. I hate the way that you're constantly on my mind. There's so many of you. It's like a constant loop. Only if I can go back in time and erase you. I'm in a constant loop every day. School is said to build me, but it's more like torture. Twisting my mind is called learning when I'm in horror. Being taught to learn your way forces me to adjust my way of learning. Rarely there are teachers who really care the best for me. In the middle of the week, I'm glad to erase my worries in the moment. With the media, they call it. Coming in feels like a warm hug. It feels like peace. In this moment, in this space, I feel like me. I am free.
Okay, then. So the notes I have here are broken down between all the different teams that shared out, and each section contains ideas for the layout for the website, but also activities to do that we can encourage teachers to do in their classrooms. So first, we have the triangle team. Though their ideas included having a mental health page, having information on that page that goes more in depth about mental health and how that impacts virtual learning as a whole, including some videos to help relieve stress and increase motivation in the classroom, coloring pages for art activities, virtual movie nights and game nights to increase student interaction, music time to increase engagement. Next, we have the square team. You guys had some really good ideas. Some of those included, including the video creations that we made from media so far, adding those to the website, doing wellness checks similar to our Jamboard activities, having the student videos to kind of talk about what's going on the website. So after that, we have the rectangle team. You guys wanted to have a homepage that included a slideshow for media students to kind of show what we do every day and also kind of show people like the other side to media. You want to have the t-shirt logo that we have from I want to say 2 years ago on the website to kind of show off some more logos there, a history page to show off the progress from media with the timeline. And then lastly, we have the Diamond team. You guys wanted to have a really interactive website that's not only accessible but fun to look at. You guys want to really use bright colors to catch the eyes of the viewer. An interactive game in terms like a possibility to have that can also help bring an engagement to the website. Also, the use of TikToks.
Interpreted what Toom said as like an artwork that we could put on our like site. So this is what I made. It says WMP for Wednesday Media Project. There's words in there. I used it as like describing how I felt or how we mostly felt during the like this year. So it puts isolation, COVID-19, uncertainty, social distancing, online learning, mental health, masks and vaccines. And these are little masks that I made. And
Okay, Matt and Topeka.
So this is my website. So first, when you open the website, you'll be greeted with a loading screen. So it'll look like this, and then it'll show like the Saturday Academy logo, and then WMP, so short for Wednesday Media Project. And then there's three categories: so directing and filming, acting, and script writing, and then like a GIF of what each one of those consists of. And then if you scroll down, there's this year's virtual media project program on the left, and then there's a button so you can enter a Zoom call. And then on the right is the mental health part of it, which includes yoga. And then there's, if you click this button right here, which says more yoga, it'll lead you to a playlist with all of the yoga videos. And then the last page is the resources, which here I have like the Jamboards, which we do, which if you click on an image, it'll link you to an ongoing Jamboard. So it loads. So like this one is for today. So we have like a background picture of like media, and then you can add like your sticky notes. And then instead of having like multiple Jamboards, this one, all you have to do is just go to the next frame, and that one's ready for the next media session. In this way, anybody who is from outside the program can see how students are feeling.
This moment, and let's hear that good news.
Okay, so before I give you the news, I've been talking about the farmers' protest for some time now. So it's the protest going on in India. It's been going on for 3 months, so all of winter. Over 160 farmers have lost their lives. There's a lot of police brutality because they've used like water cannons. They sprayed cold water in the winters, and they used tear gas. They used brutality. They even shot a lot of people while they're peacefully just sitting there. There are like 100,000 people on the streets, and the government really doesn't care. So yesterday, no one really raised their voice. So it was just like the Sikh community who raised their voices. No one really talked about it. And yesterday, Rihanna tweeted out about the farmers' protest, and it's not like she even said much. She just said we should talk about this, and she posted an article. And we got farmers' protest trending on Twitter yesterday, and we got so many other people like Amanda Cerny and a lot of football players talking about this, and it made me really happy that we just needed one person to speak out, and we all started speaking out about this.
So I did it's like I'm trying to put it in preview. Okay. Let me just okay. So this is the homepage. It's a video. But you get the idea. I
Yeah.
just pulled it off from. Sorry, what was that?
No, I said, okay, I like that.
Oh,
Keep going.
yeah. I got it from the YouTube channel, and
Yeah.
here, you can see right here, I put the logo.
All right. So what is it? Just wanted to give a special shout out to one of our students who is turning 17 today. If I remember, if my data is correct, I'm gonna have her join us on stage for me. Let's give Deborah a hand, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Let's turn those mics on so we can hear the celebration in the background. Yes.
Let's go.
What is it? I have with me on this screen various prizes for you to choose from, various dollar nominations. And so you will have the opportunity to win something today. All you have to do is choose correctly.
You must choose wisely. Done.
All right, the number 12, here we go.
What is it?
What is it?
$20.
$20. Nice. Thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna have you join me for one last time. Deborah, do you know what time it is?
It's for the song.
You know it is too. Hey.
Okay. This is called The Year That Changed Us. Simply and bothered by the world around me, feeling the fresh breeze on my face, listening to the birds sing, soaking up the joyful environment, thinking nothing could go wrong. Waking up one morning to the world I had once known, gone. Imprisoned by the walls I had once felt comfort from. Staying positive, showing I knew this would pass, not yet knowing dozens would die by the mass. Time moved forward, but I was stuck, feeling the fear that my days were starting to repeat, forgetting what happiness truly was, being consumed by my negative thoughts, living in a never-ending cycle, only feeling lost. Now as I look back, I am feeling better than before, feeling our future may be restored. We might be able to go back to how it was, but we will never forget the year that changed us.